You need to go to therapy. Let's talk about that one.
Be manly and the legends of humanity. Welcome to the Fellowship of Honourable Men and Women Role Models for Boys and Men, because you have the power to be a man in all its glory.
Hey, my HSP friends. Randy here with The Living Adventure. Yeah, I have heard that so many times, told to men. Sorry, ladies, nothing against you guys, but men get this all the time, we need to go to therapy. And there's a struggle, like, why don't men go to therapy? Why, it's good for you, it's healthy for you. Well, here's a few reasons why. One is that a man who believes that he needs to go to therapy also believes that he's broken in some way. And men don't like that. Men don't like the idea that they're broken. They've worked very hard their entire lives to build the character that they are, put on these layers of defense and walls and the dams that I call it, to become the people that they are, and to turn around and say, listen, that's all wrong. You need to tear that all apart and rebuild yourself is a very difficult thing for a man. As a man that has been involved in industrial construction my entire life, 30 years, I guess, that's not my entire life, but 30 years of it, one of the hardest things that we face is that when we've built something and somebody comes along and says it's no good, you got to tear it down and start over again. That's deeply impactful to us. It hurts us in a way that most people will never understand. And the reason is we put a lot of pride in it. We put a lot of effort into doing what we thought was right. And sometimes, the instructions that we were given were incorrect. And so going to therapy is a challenge for most men. And so how do they work themselves into therapy? How do they handle therapy? Well, their therapy is physical work. Most men's therapy is their work. So if you have a man in your life and he is engaged deeply into his work, he's a workaholic. Really what he's doing is a couple of things. One, he's trying to make money and trying to be successful. I get that part. But he's also in deep therapy. He's trying to master, himself in a way that he knows how. Now, I'm not saying that's correct. I'm just saying that for him to control or master himself and his emotions and his way of thinking, work can be his therapy. Sometimes the physical work, when we go out there and we see, out in construction again, I see the laborers out there and they're physically giving it. They're all in the hot sun and they're working hard. I mean, these men are often quite calm and peaceful and understanding in the fact that they've exerted so much energy, physical energy, that to them is therapy. They've worked all the emotions out. Their frustrations, everything is in the hands of that shovel. And men that sit in offices and work on computers are the ones that tend to struggle the most because they don't physically get out there and be active. And let's face it, guys, we are physical creatures. We were born to be physical. We were born to defend the tribe. We were born to hunt. We were born to do these things that nature had intended us to do, and now we've converted into something else, something much different than what nature had allowed us to be present on this planet for. So, is it okay to go to therapy? Yeah, absolutely. If you truly believe you need to go to therapy, I personally don't like to call what I do as therapy. I like to call it guiding. Because therapy happens up here. Regardless of who you're talking to, whether they have a shingle on the wall that says, I'm a therapist, I'm a psychologist, I'm a life coach, I'm a whatever, I'm a friend. The therapy goes on up here. And it's our understanding or the terminology that we attach to it that really comes into play. And so being able to talk to somebody that truly understands you and has your back and you can confide in, that's important, right? I've seen a lot of therapists sit there and they have no clue as to what highly sensitive people are all about. And the reason they have no clue is because they're not highly sensitive themselves. I mean, they've read the books and they understand the theory. Don't get me wrong. But unless you're highly sensitive and truly know what's going on physically inside you and emotionally, you would never connect with a person that is highly sensitive. And so for highly sensitive men out there, there's a lot of us getting together. There's a lot of us talking, and from the feedback that we're getting, it's very supportive and very good. And I mean, we laugh and we joke and you know, we share a lot of really good things. And I've seen men succeed from it. So reach out if you need it, right? But don't be afraid. And ladies, understand that most men, no. They won't go to therapy unless they truly need to do that. Cheers, everybody.
Before you go, you're invited to continue the Be Manly and the Legends of Humanity journey. Subscribe to our YouTube and become a patron, where you can become a courageous crusader, a wise warrior, a daring dynamo, and even an ascending avenger. Here you'll find all the tools to become a man in all its glory. We're honored to walk side by side with you on this extraordinary adventure. Together, we're unleashing the full power of manhood, creating a better world for everyone.